morning, beloveds. Okay, not much preamble today. We've got a long one and an interesting title. So let's get into this. It is Monday. Well, this year. 2024, it's Monday. It is January 29th. Our title is Rejoice, God Reigns. And our author is Edna M. Lister. And this is from the opening of the 49th INTA Congress. I think that's the International Religions which is really interesting, from 1964. 2,000 years ago, a babe was born in humble circumstances. He grew to adulthood and became the greatest teacher in the world. He didn't write a book, didn't have a home, didn't build a church. He traveled, was scorned, flogged. His friends left him. He even borrowed a grave. Yet his laws are greater than all science today. Science is still trying to understand substance. Yet he spoke and substance was created. Bodies came back from death. There is only one mind, one power, one substance. Archaeological discoveries prove our Bible, just as scientific discoveries do. As told in the Bible, Moses struck a rock and produced water. Energy researchers are extracting water from rocks today. Moses acted as if God were acting as him, and God did. Not God and. God as. We see bodies, but not mind and spirit and emotion. Nobody sees you. We get a glimpse as in the eyes of love. We are threefold: spirit, thinking, and emotions. Mind, power, and substance. I hope, I want, I will. I won't are words of challenge that we must never use. We must take our invisible self and turn it up to God. If not, we are submerged. All we need is to declare God is all there is. God never sets the clock back for any of us. Life is an escalator. If we look back, we become cross-eyed. Look forward. The clock is set right out there on the same vibration when we would have started. The Christian Testament is a complete book of psychiatry. The chapters on taints of earth, which tell the thing not to do, are a must. Which tell the things not to do are a must. The submerged part of anyone who obeys the laws of God is turned upwards to God, but they must have a burning desire of God and a burning desire to see God first. Put God into all you do. Praise everything you want increased. Beauty will follow you all the rest of your life when you praise and put God first. The submerged part is turned upwards. Stay in heaven first, and God will reward you. Oh my God. Every now and again you read a piece and you just want to throw the book across the room. Like, what? So I don't think my delivery was very good. Let's start there. I don't think my delivery was very good. I think that piece is probably much better than I just delivered it. So I would definitely, this is one of those situations where I would encourage you to go read it for yourself. Unfortunately, it was 1964, so there's probably not a video of that. But you could look. You never know. There might be an audio of it. Because I believe it was delivered with a passion that was beyond what I am capable of. It's kind of funny that yesterday Jesse was talking about trigger words. So we're starting a new feature because yesterday Jesse answered about 6 questions that people have come up over the series. He answered about 6 questions, and so I'm gonna pull those out and put those questions up as individual videos. And because they're short, because the first one was only 2 minutes, it lets me put them across all the platforms. Now, but one of the things that he was talking about was trigger words. Because he answered the question, well, what do we call God? So he was talking about trigger words. And there were so many trigger words, including the title for me, that I was just like, so I don't think I did the piece justice. It was an introduction to a convention. And I'm sure that it was delivered with great aplomb, vigor, passion, which I obviously cannot stir up on this Monday morning. But she did say a couple of things that really, that do resonate with me. Including the part about Moses striking the rock. She had that line in here. Moses acted as if God were acting as him. Okay? Not God but God as. And that's one of the things that we want to get to. It's in the practitioner training now, which I really appreciated when I did, because I taught Prac 1 last year. What I really appreciated is learning that the in me as me, because there's a difference, when we recognize that God is in us, that's one thing. But then when we recognize God as us, that's a whole different level. And that's the level that we all want to get to. When we recognize, because God can only do for us what God can do through us, okay? But when we recognize as us, it's that much more powerful. It's like God, there are so many things that God is willing to do for you, but has to do them as you. But because you have free will, you can get in the way of that. So you want to get out of the way of that by recognizing the divinity within you and allow the divinity to act as you. Okay? And it's just one step up. It's, recognizing, okay, I'm made of divine stuff. And I can get my ego out of the way and let Spirit act, not just through me, but as me. And it's much more powerful, and it's going to give you a much cleaner and more precise experience. And maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you like the messy experiences. I mean, I enjoy a messy experience every now and again. So, but it is about getting out of our own way. We see bodies. I was like, we see bodies, but not mind and spirit and emotion. Okay. We must take out the invisible self and turn it up to God. If not, we are submerged. Think about that one for a minute. Think about being submerged for a minute. It's like we forget who we are. It's like we are not these bodies. We are the spirit that animates these bodies. And if we get too caught up in the body that we wear, then we are submerged. We are submerged and having a material experience, forgetting that we also get to have spiritual experiences while we are inhabiting these bodies. Okay. The thing about the clock was a little weird. Read it for yourself. And then she says the Christian Testament is a book of psychiatry. What? Okay. You know what? Go read that for yourself and take an idea. Get your idea. Anyone who obeys the laws of God is turned upwards to God, but they must have a burning desire of God and a burning desire to see God first. It is a little bit about remembering that we are not the material parts of us. Remembering that the essence of our being is the spiritual parts of us. The God spark is really the essence of us. Okay. And then put God in all that you do. Put Spirit in all that you do. And I like that she says, praise everything you want increased. Okay. Emma says the same thing. Look for the good and praise it. Praise everything you want increased. By that, what she means is be grateful. And if I'm going to give you a mission today, which I'm going to, because I always do, right? I don't know when I started doing that, but that's the mission today. Praise everything you want to see increased. And whatever it is that you want to see decreased, don't talk about it. Where your attention goes is where your power goes, okay? So whatever it is you want to see increased in your life, praise that. Be grateful for it. Talk about it in a variety of ways. Not necessarily your plans, but, praise that. Be grateful for what you want increased. And whatever it is that you want to let go of in your life, here's where that phrase, turn the other cheek, that's where that phrase is extremely helpful. If you've got something in your life that you don't want, you want it to go away, turn away from it. Turn away from it, because where your attention goes is where your power goes. So if you're focused on what you don't want, it's going to grow. Okay? So turn away from what you don't want. Focus on what you do want. Praise what you do want and watch it increase. Praise what you want to increase. Practice gratitude. Whatever that looks like for you. You can write, you can sing, you can dance, you can shout from the rooftops, whatever it is, whatever rejoice looks like to you. Praise whatever praise looks like to you. Praise what you want to increase. That's why, the phrase, you get more flies with honey. It's like, if you reward good behavior and ignore bad behavior. I mean, yes, I understand that most of the time, if bad behavior, you have to correct it. You have to say, that's not okay. But then you reward good behavior and ignore the bad behavior. Because, sometimes any attention is good attention, even negative attention. Same thing here. That's what she's talking about. Try it in your life. Try it in your life. My work. We are called Science of Mind because we like to test these theories. All right. So I commend to you the reading today. I do not think I did it justice. Because like I said, I don't think I could read it with the passion that it was probably delivered. Try it. You might like it. All right. I got plenty of sleep. I don't know where that yawn's coming from. Apparently I just needed some more oxygen. The same mission. So I'm going to give you the other mission, which is the same mission I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. It is the spiritual practice of self-care. All right. Self-care is extraordinarily important if you live a life of service. And most of us do. Most of us do live a life of service. It's not just that we are allowed to take care of ourselves. We have a responsibility to take care of ourselves. And part of that looks like doing loving, kind, and compassionate things for ourselves. In the end, I hope that everything you do for yourself and others is loving, kind, and compassionate. But frequently it's not, which is why I remind you every day to do at least one thing or three things until you can get to the all things loving, kind, and compassionate. And I always give you a couple of suggestions. Now I give you the same 3, 4. Take a deep breath before you speak to yourself. It's my favorite one. You will never speak to anyone as much as you speak to yourself. Honestly, my self-talk sent me into therapy one time. I heard the way I was talking to myself and I was like, this is not okay. Like, I wouldn't speak to another person the way I was speaking to myself. I'm certainly not going to do it to myself anymore. So I went to therapy and got that fixed. Okay? And I check my self-talk on a regular basis. Please check your self-talk. Check your self-talk. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You can speak lovingly, kindly, and compassionately to yourself about anything, even the hard stuff. And then my other 3, take a walk, take a nap, take a break. And all of them are twofold. One of them, in one way, it's literal. Take a walk. Go get your blood moving, get your body moving, get the oxygen moving. The other thing is that sometimes you need to walk away from things or walk towards something new. Okay? Take a nap. I literally mean sometimes take a nap. Like, trust me, on Saturdays and Sundays, I take naps. Sometimes during the week, I'll take a brief little cat nap at night so that I can get on with whatever it is I'm doing that night. But it's about making sure that you're getting enough rest. Okay? Get enough rest. It's the human equivalent of turning yourself off and turning yourself back on. Rebooting yourself. My mom is an electrical engineer, if you're curious. That's why I talk like in electronic and computer terms. And then, take a break. Sometimes we need to go do something else for a while. We're stuck. We don't know what we're doing, and so we go do something else for a while. And then while our mind is resting, doing something else, then whatever it is that we're stuck on, the solution might naturally arrive. Okay? So try it. I'm sure that there are many other ways that you can do loving, kind, and compassionate things for yourself. Feel free to throw some in the comments. Okay. For other people to, try. I do the rest of the suggestions that I give you in this section, to eat dessert first is partly that. Chocolate is the first step to fixing anything in my mind. I do know people that don't like chocolate, but that's okay. More for me. But it's also a matter of, don't save the good stuff. Wear the fancy clothes now. Use the fancy dishware now. Don't wait for a special occasion. Make the occasion special. All right? And I also want to remind you that joy is a quality of God. Therefore, joy is a quality of you. No matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you still deserve joy. Please make room for joy. What was that? You just bounced into the room. He did. He just kind of, I don't know. I've not seen him do that before. So, it's a cat, by the way. That's what I'm talking about. So, make room for joy, please. That was a moment of joy for me, to watch him kind of gallop into the room in the goofy way that he did. He's a goofy cat, and I appreciate that. And he is one of my joys. So, all right. The rest of the suggestions: do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. I did bring my water with me today. I'm a little behind on it. Your brain works better, your skin works better, looks better, and your body works better when it is well hydrated. Hydrate. Get that early in your day bright light. The sun is out. We're going to have about a week of sun. I'm kind of excited about that. It looks like we're going to have a week of beautiful weather. And so I'm going to enjoy the sun while I've got it. 5 to 10 minutes is all you need first thing in the morning. So if you can get that from the sun, great. Between 7 and 9, the sun apparently is at the right angle to get the right UV rays to support your vitamin D. If you can't get out because you're not in that air, 7 to 9, if that's not in your schedule, artificial light will work too. What we're talking about is a circadian rhythm. It's a natural hormone cycle. And 5 to 10 minutes of bright light will help to stimulate that normal cycle. And if you're not getting it from your lights, because, I'm discovering that the light in my house is not as bright as I think it is. Google sun lamp or seasonal effect disorder lamp. They're not expensive. Don't spend a whole lot of money, but they can be very, very helpful. All right. And then my last one is my Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is all around us all the time. What does that mean? 2 things. 1, it's all God. It's all God. We're all made from the same stuff. It is all God. All right? That's the important thing to remember right there. But it's also to remember that heaven isn't a place we have to get to. As one of our writers this month said, she was quoting Ernest Holmes, heaven is not a locality. Okay? It is not a place we have to get to. It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Once we learn to create it for ourselves, any place can become heaven. And Milton made that point. I saw a quote from him about the power of the mind to turn heaven into hell and hell into heaven. So it's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. I can't walk your path for you, but I can hold my light up so that you can see it. Those people that walk around in that heavenly mindset. Ask them what their secret is. Ask them what their secret is. And they might tell you. In fact, if they walk around in a heavenly mindset, they probably will tell you because they want everybody to be able to do that. All right? Okay? That is that. And I will tell you one of the secrets to creating the heavenly mindset. Emma Curtis Hopkins teaches this. Look for the good and praise it, which I talked about earlier. Look for the good and praise it. Count your blessings. Look for all of the little goods in your life. because they add up to the big good that your life is. All right? There's a lot more good in your life than you think there is if you're in one of those mindsets. Try it. You might like it. All right, beloveds. I am going to... I forgot where I was. I think I'm at the social media part, where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on, and I want to remind you, we started a new feature. It's on all of the social medias. I posted it last night, and I'm going to have several more, and we're going to see how many more we can get. So if you have a question for Reverend Jesse, contact us. One of the ways you can do that is by email info@creativelife.org, because that'll get you on a constant contact. But you can also, if you have a question for Reverend Jesse, you can email him the question, and he might answer it on camera. That's what we're, because he just, this past service, it was like he was wrapping up the back to the basics. So look out for the questions from answered by Jesse, or what, I forget what I called it, but I know it started with questions. And that's where it'll tell you the question that he's answering, and then he'll answer it in a couple of minutes. Look out for it. There's one video up, and over the week I intend to get several more in. So try it. You might like it. Okay. Yep, I got all that. I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a rejoicing day, a get your week started day, a joyful day, a kind day, a compassionate day, a loving day, a you know what you need to do day, a you got this day, a good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a beloved child of God. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are godly. Explore the truth of your being. Get to know the source of your being and peel back the layers of everything that you have been told you are to get to know who Spirit knows you to be. Because I can promise you one thing. The person Spirit knows you to be is good. Anything beyond that, well, that's between you and Spirit. All right. I'm going to remind you that Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.